There we go.
All right.
Continue. Derby, level 137. 42 hours, Trevor. 42 hours and 49 minutes.
All recorded. All here
Right?
for posterity's sake.
Jesus.
Unbelievable.
All right, hold on. I gotta fix my chair back so I'm all nice and... There we go. All right. Now let's make sure this is full screen because it's not for me. It's back to doing that shit. We got one episode.
All right. Let's
There we go. Full screen. Oh, damn, Derby. I forgot we got the hat.
Yeah, we can carry so much stuff now.
Can we really carry so much stuff now? I think.
Well, 2 big swords.
That's true. Man, I'm actually 69.4. We've got 0.5% of our weight to play with. I don't know what 0.5% of 90
that on the table.
is, but
yeah. 0.5% of 90 is a little less than a half pound.
Yeah, I wonder, like, do we have any other rings that are cooler? Because, like, I mean, I like souls, but I don't really, like, that's not super necessary. There's a ring of steel protection. Oh, wait, that puts me right at 69.9. Amazing.
Cool.
No, I don't need that shit. Increases petrification. I don't really care about that. Don't care about that. Just go back to the ring of binding.
Yeah, why not? Yeah. No, there's no real reason to.
I mean, there's reason to. It's just...
I think we have a good thing going where when Derby gets too decayed, we give her an effigy.
Right? Yeah, no, I think that's good. I think that is good. Steel protection +1 until we figure out something better.
Sounds good.
Why not? Okay. Let's actually start this properly. Hey, everyone. Welcome back. It's me, Dia, and you know that fabulous co-host that I've been talking to already, Trevor Strunk. Trevor, say hi.
Hey, Dia. Hey, Derby. How are you?
We're here with Derby. That's right. Derby's great. Derby is
wonderful.
Fit as a fiddle. Actually, Derby's not. Derby's pretty hollow. Let's do a vibe check, Derby. Derby's looking a lot like me right now.
Oh yeah.
This big dark circles. I still have my irises.
Well, that's good. I would be a little worried about any injury that took your irises away.
Yeah, reader, if you're not, or viewers, if you're not aware, I had quite the spill, and I took a face tumble into a box, and got this massive hematoma right at the top of my nose, like at the bridge of my nose meets my eyes, also known as the glabella.
Is that what that's called?
Yeah,
I've never heard that word.
Yeah, and just my glabella just swelled up like instantly, and I went to the ER and they scanned my brain and they're like, "You're fine, but this is gonna be bad for you in the next couple of days." And then like all the blood from that ran into my eye sockets.
Oh.
So yeah, so now I just got these like just massive like.
And it's not even Halloween. I think
it's not.
That's what's really unfair.
My joke has been that this is how male game devs think eyeshadow makeup works in games.
It's true. I think it's good because now we just think eyeshadow works the same way that like wrestling face paint works when you play a video game.
Right.
It's like, yeah, it's like, okay. Like you're putting on corpse paint before a black metal show.
Well, you got to have the one that's just the horizontal bar because all of the game devs got horny for the scene where Pris spray paints her eyes in Blade Runner.
Yeah, that's right.
No one, like, all game devs, 40 and up, were like just got super horny for Daryl Hannah spray painting black eyeshadow or black airbrush paint over her eyes.
No shame in getting horny for Daryl Hannah, especially if you're of a certain age. It's like they set you up for that. It's in the water.
It's a requirement. It worked for God. Who was it? Was it Jackson Brown? Jackson Brown married to Daryl Hannah? I think so.
I almost said Tom Hanks because I was thinking of Splash. It's not how movies work.
Remember, like, there was a time when like married couples did act together, and then like we just stopped doing that.
It probably makes sense that we stopped doing that.
Except for the little weird guy from Lost, and the gal with the really severe bottle red dye job from True Blood that was the waitress.
Oh, oh shoot.
I can't remember either of their names, but
she was also Rogue in X-Men, right? Anna Paquin?
no, not Anna Paquin. The waitress that was like.
Oh, yeah, I don't know the waitress.
Yeah, but like, the little weird old guy from Lost.
Okay.
Was it Ben? Was that the one? Was that? I don't remember his character's name.
I
but
think I know who you mean. Yeah.
They were also on Person of Interest together.
Oh, well, okay. Now you're talking my language. I know exactly who you're talking about.
I'm disappointed that Person of Interest was actually a good show because
Person of Interest was a great show.
It means that like I have to give props to
Jim
weird,
Caviezel.
Yeah, Jim Caviezel, who became like a weird right wing person, or maybe he always was and just kept it more of a secret.
Yeah.
And fucking Jonathan Nolan, who is still mad that people won't play his Shadowrun campaign. Look at these 2 bonfires that we've missed. Where are these fucking bonfires? I don't remember where these bonfires are.
I couldn't tell you. I can't even imagine bonfires in between those 2.
Yeah,
it's
right.
Unbelievable.
There's the King's Gate. Well, the Drangleic is kind of a weird. It's one of those like. It's not quite a hub, but it's practically a hub kind of zones, you know?
Yeah, no, it is. I mean, it's basically the 5th zone, or I guess it would have been the 6th zone that everyone's like, it's the broken statue zone in Demon Souls. That's what I think of Castle Drangleic. I'm just like, you know what? That's kind of, if the broken statue zone really came to fruition, it would be this.
Now, tonight's episode, dear viewers, is brought to you by Seagram's Escapes. Spiked Jamaican Me Happy. Feel free to cancel me for that. I don't care. I'm drinking something that's like 8% alcohol by volume. So
I cannot believe that there's actually something that you could just drink called Jamaican Me Happy.
Right?
I'm just happy for you that it's
I feel
out
like
there.
It's probably a real cocktail, but like
sure. I mean, I don't see why it wouldn't be. It's probably like what? Like Seagram's does gin?
Yeah, I mean they do all the things because that's what like alcohol companies do these days. Okay, so we were in this room, and this is where we fought. We had Ornstein and Smo Part 2.
Right.
And then out here, was there anything out here that was interesting? There's that weird arena.
I love that arena.
Yeah,
That's
it's
so
really
cool.
good. That's where like now all the data miners would be like, well, that's going to be for PvP.
Data miners constantly making things. Well, not constant. There are good data miners out there, but just making things less fun sometimes.
So last time we were here, we kind of mucked around. We went to a room full of golems and stone soldiers, and they started coming alive. And we opened doors, and that was neat. And then we kind of sprinted our way up here. You know what? I forgot.
Died a bunch.
I forgot. We need to go.
Do we have souls?
No. We have no souls.
No, I hadn't checked the bottom right corner of the screen. I've just been like enjoying watching the.
Well, because I refuse to pay for Nitro, you're only seeing this at what, 720p?
It's okay. I can't even imagine what vistas are out there where this looks better. This looks correct to me.
But I thought, I wonder if Jiggy Poo's down here. Let's see if she says anything. Because okay. Hi, Alicia.
Oh right.
But this is extremely.
You've had quite a journey, I can see. You must have a glorious number of souls by now. What a wonderful feeling that must be.
What an evil bitch.
What a creep.
Miracles
Yeah,
begin
bye.
preserve them.
Bye, Lizzie Evelyn.
Bye.
Okay.
Lucia does one of one of the is she one of the only NPCs that'll do that in this game? I feel like this game doesn't do that as much as Dark Souls 1 did, where like they call you out for running away.
I think they all do. Because
We
what's
haven't
his
been running
face?
away nearly as
What's
much.
his face does over here? Yeah, no, I've been,
yeah, he does. Yeah, you're right.
I've been polite. Let's see.
You've been long away.
No. Is Melentia?
You again?
No. Maybe I have to actually talk to him more. I don't know. Okay. Well, so we fought the what's her fucking name? The aimless sinner or something like that. I don't remember.
Yeah, and didn't we find out that she was like Lycia's mom or something like that? Is that? I can't remember the relationship.
Oh,
but
yeah,
there was
we
a
got
Lycia relationship.
There was a Lycia. It just straight up is Lycia. Whatever she dropped. Yeah. It's Lycia. Lycia is invading. Lycia is invading
right.
to get souls because Lycia, like everyone, really just cares about souls.
That's right. It was Lycia's invader. For some reason, I had confused it with the what is her name? Well, anyway, there are a lot of bosses in this game that are sort of other people as well. I confused that. Yes.
Yeah, there are some people in this game, it's like, you think they're okay, and like it turns out that like Phil Mickelson, they're just in it for the money.
It's true.
I'm sorry, everyone just so upset about Phil Mickelson, and I'm just like, I always knew he was like a piece of shit that was just in this for the money. Are you kidding me?
People really expected more of Phil Mickelson than this.
Well, I mean, it's like, oh, well, he's got rheumatoid arthritis. Clearly, it's like, dude, I've got rheumatoid arthritis too. Don't expect more from me.
I don't think having rheumatoid arthritis makes you a good or bad person. I'm almost sure that's not how it works.
There's such a weird like morality around like, disability and like, look at it's raining here. Look at that. The rain is coming through the windows. We can see it.
That's neat. I like that a lot.
I like that. I don't know where that's coming from. Oh, because we're up here. We're outside now. And look at that. There's an asshole with a giant bow.
Yeah. Whoa, he almost got you.
Yeah,
he saw you too.
Sure did. Oh man, can you get me from here? Okay, no. Okay, yeah, you're done with that arrow. Cool. I'm gonna run up here. Gonna run. Oh no. Oh no.
That
door's closed. Okay, fine. Fuck it. We'll go back the other way. I thought maybe we'd go up, but guess what? I guess we're not going up.
Then we have to go down.
Yeah. But yeah, no, there's the like perception of like, oh, he's got like, a weird disability so clearly, but he's still persevering as a golfer. So clearly he must be a good person. And it's like, dude, no. So here's like an elevator type deal. We can see the kind of the lift mechanic.
I have to say, I really like lift mechanics in FromSoft games.
From Software has beautiful lifts.
The twisty quality of it, they always sort of like, I don't know, it feels so good to watch them work.
Oh, this door's locked. Interesting. Oh, there's a ladder.
Oh, that's good.
Okay, well, there's a lever over here. The lever is not engaged because we have to turn on the elevator first. It's one of those lifts. I really like that. I know some people feel like it's some cheap ass bullshit.
Really?
Yeah. Oh yeah. People be like, there's a lever. I should be able to pull the lever. And it's like, well, levers have all sorts of locking mechanisms and clutches. And like, that's how they operate. Like,
yeah. And there's also like, I guess you can say, well, once you do unlock it, it works both ways. But like, there is, I don't know, there's a quality to that where if you get something mechanical backwards, it doesn't work most of the time.
Mm-hmm. I appreciate that no matter what, we will always use the side of the ladder, not the rungs, to climb up.
Just absolutely committed to doing things the hard way.
Yeah, I really appreciate that. So here's a door at the top of this, and there's one of those golems that we have to feed souls.
I love those.
How do you feel about the introduction of a mechanic like this deep in the game that's like completely like not a typical, like it's very much like a Zelda thing, but it's not like, it's not like a Souls thing. Like,
I mean, in all honesty, I think it's probably a bad choice. Like, I think it's pretty ridiculous. I love the mechanic though, and I love the I love the way that it sort of speaks to, once we sort of get more into the giants and stuff like that, it does speak to this, like, I don't know, it's sort of a story mechanic as well, which I think is neat. I mean, I could see people getting frustrated and missing out because they just give up on this, but at the same point, I think it's awfully neat.
I think it's interesting because, like, they give you when they first introduce it, they kind of give you that situation where odds are it's gonna happen. Like, you're gonna have
there's
to kill
so many enemies. Yeah,
you're gonna have to kill someone. It's gonna make it. It's gonna trigger it, and you're just gonna have to kind of like perceive it and go, oh, that's what that means.
Right.
So I
mean, same here, honestly, because look how many people are you gonna be able to fight?
Wild. Look at this shit. How many of these guys are gonna come to life? I don't know, but this is gonna suck.
Cool looking.
Oh, none of these guys are coming to life.
Maybe you have to hit them.
No, they just pop alive, don't they?
I thought maybe these guys just wanted.
Like, that's another interesting situation. Oh, that person.
Wall ghost.
That's yeah, what the shit, my guy?
I don't like him.
Did that work? That didn't work.
Maybe if you hug the walls over there, there'll be more wall ghosts.
Maybe. No.
Neat room. I like the intermittent footprints.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't realize that when we walked in. That's a drop. I can't get back in. I can't go back out. I'm stuck here.
Well, there's a door over there.
Yeah, there's a door over there. But I mean, like, this is, for all intents and purposes, can't go back.
That is very interesting.
I think it's interesting that Vendrick has built this castle and then put these, whole-chested golem giants in here, which, I mean, let's be real. They look a lot like the giants that Vendrick is real fucked up about.
Yeah. They also kind of like seem to operate the same way too, in the way that they kind of like lumber and don't have. Mm-hmm. I don't know. Like it is very.
What is this room? This room. Oh.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, here we go. Come on, buddy. Give me your souls. Oh, that's right. You went down. Okay, that didn't.
Wait, yeah, the other side.
Come on.
These guys pose no threat to you.
All right, suck it up. There we go.
Yay!
All right, he's gonna turn that thing now. I guess is his deal.
He looks so cool when he eats the soul.
Yeah, and he starts glowing cool. His face is interesting because he's got like a less than or equal to, or greater than or equal to times a minus.
It's sort of like they were like, what can we write that looks like oh, there we go. It was the elevator.
Oh.
Sort of like, what can we write that would be a little bit like the Aleph on a Jewish golem, or the golem from the Kabbalah, but like that wouldn't be that.
Yeah.
I don't know. What would we write? Math symbols.
The old night hammer.
Oh.
That's kind of neat. That's a neat concept. The old night hammer. Kythus chime and soul greatsword.
Some interesting treasures.
Interesting treasures back here. Yeah. Let's take a look at some of these things because I'm curious about them. Soul greatsword, a sorcery that attacks foes using a sword made of souls. Energy is focused in a single point and wielded as a sword with both hands. Use of this sorcery is not too dissimilar to swordplay, and so inherently endangers the caster. The greatsword, the soul greatsword, and this is pretty good, but it's not remotely as just like the most baller thing in the world the way the greatsword is in the glintstone greatsword in Elden Ring.
Oh god, yeah, that
absurd.
Glintstone's so OP, and like it's really fun.
It's really, it's very, very much something. What is this? Did we read this? Oh, the Grim Great Shield. Yeah, okay.
What about the old knight sword?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to go look at. Oh wait. Okay. The old Knight Hammer. An undated great hammer, wielded by a warrior from a time so ancient that there exists no record of his endeavors, has extremely low durability, sometimes just a thing falls to pieces and unleashes its last flash of great power. So this is what those big fuck off hammers that those dudes have.
Yeah, and it's
that's
neat.
A lot of weight. Let's take a look.
Call
at
that
it.
Giles Corey because it has more weight.
Just take a look at it real fast. There we go. It's pretty good.
It's cool. I like it.
You just go boom with it.
Now, when it breaks, does it just break forever? Is it that kind of thing, or is it just?
I think it's got
low
just
durability.
A low durability, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it's got a durability of 30. Compared to our great swords that are 70.
Okay.
That's,
I love the concept of those. Like, I think it's so neat that like there's a whole class of weapon in this game. The premise is, what if at the very end of something's life it was really strong?
Yeah. I like the whole. Oh shit! What is that? What the?
Oh.
It's a fucking chariot. I forgot there was a fucking.
Oh, it's just a.
Yeah, now it's just fucking horsies.
Ew.
Oh shit. Shit.
Yeah, he's no joke. Oh man.
Oh shit.
Wow.
Oh, damn.
I like its legs and its skeleton underbody. Like the places they decided it should and shouldn't be skeleton is really cool.
There we go. Damn.
Wow. That's like a boss. That's an enemy you do not hear a lot about.
The Goer's Ring of Protection. Gowers?
Gower, yeah.
Gowers. No, it's the Goers. It's only for goers. This ring is for goers only.
It's a grind set ring.
God. That's what we need. We need to start needing like the builds, like the Elden Ring builds, like the grind set Elden Ring build. All right, let's see what. Okay, God. Okay. Reduces damage taken from behind. That's interesting. The Ring of the Assassin Gower, who has killed a half-dozen kings and several distinguished clergymen, reduces damage taken from behind. For an assassin whose own life is always at stake, the greatest liability is one's exposed back. Cute.
Very interesting. I like that.
I'll eat one of my 80 life gems. Well, goddamn. Fucking.
That ruled. I like that a lot.
You know, I love when From does he hears a boss fight that is just a normal enemy now. Though that one's interesting because that was kind of like I like this. This is like the Mega Sisters. Like this is where you keep your Mega Sisters. It's like Cindy, Mindy, and Sandy.
Wow, really good memory. Is that is what they call them in the is that the Disney Hercules or is that
No, those are the Mega Sisters from Final Fantasy.
Oh god, yeah, no, sorry. I'm sorry. You know where my head's at because of my kids.
I know.
No, yeah, you're right.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, wow. Okay.
There's that asshole just chilling at the top of the steps.
It's like, why'd you come my horse?
Right? Why weren't you riding your horse, bro?
What was that about?
Is he actually?
I think he's breathing. Yeah.
No, I just what up, bro? Oh.
Ooh. Oh. Not as powerful as your horse.
Not as powerful as your horse. What do you drop something? What do you drop? What do you pick up? Green Blossom. Thanks, guy.
Okay. Not quite. It's no goer.
No, it's no goer. Let's see. Can we open this door? We can open this door, and this takes us out to where? Okay, it's out here. Well, let's see what's out here, I guess. Oh, it's that castle.
Oh, run!
Oh, so there's that door. Okay, let's open this door. I'm guessing that's the door that was on the other side. Or no, that's a door to a place where there might be another door. Oh, shit.
Ah! It's those guys from that the swamp.
Jesus.
Oh God! No!
Oh, son of a bitch. Wow.
Those are so hard, those guys, and in a closed space too. Oh,
damn.
brutal.
Well, at least there wasn't like a whole lot on the way back to fight. There was.
No, I mean now that you have the elevator too.
Yeah, there's like the mannequins, but I guess the door might be open already. It'll be interesting to see. Oh wait, oh yeah, there's the elevator.
Yeah, I mean you did much of the hard part already.
Where does this elevator take us?
That's a good question.
Well, I want to keep going the direction we were going in.
And that's what I respect so much about you, Dia, your commitment to picking a direction.
Well, you kind of have to. Like, if you keep, like, you know, every time you get to a fork and you're like, oh, I'm going to take this fork, it's like, yeah, but you were going one way.
That's like, I feel like that's a mindset that comes from cutting your teeth on, like, wizardry and stuff, as opposed to, like, initially playing these kinds of games.
Yeah.
You can just get lost.
I forgot that guy is just...
Oh, yeah, that guy.
It's such an interesting thing to do. Like, at no point...
See there.
Yeah, like, at no point have we encountered a dude like that in this game. Are the mannequins still here? Yeah, they're there. Of course
yeah.
Of course they're still here.
How are the mannequins this strong?
Son of a bitch!
Oh, man. That is so rude.
Yeah, wow. Got me with that bleed.
That is, yeah, that's extremely rude.
Especially because, like, I don't know, we had some souls. We didn't have a lot of souls, but we had some souls.
We had some. It was enough to be a little annoyed about. Those mannequins took it from us.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's the thing is they took it from us, and that's what's really the issue here is that, like, those were ours.
That's us. This is a stand your ground dead kingdom.
God. Castle Drangleic doctrine. Oh shit, son of a bitch.
That guy is just here to ruin your day.
He's just like, well, it's weird too because he's like almost like kind of a. He's like a almost kind of like serpent-like the way he comes out of the wall, you know.
It's very weird. Yeah,
there we go.
Yeah, that's what you want. He like, yeah, and he also like he almost looks like he's just from a different kind of lore. Like he looks like a mer person or an old like Norse king or something like that.
Yeah,
as opposed to anything in this game.
No, and it's weird because, like, you know, okay, like he's. Please don't be here still. Okay, good. Thank God. It's like I can't deal with. I can't deal with.
The horse being
the fucking
there too?
horse
Yeah,
being back.
That would be rough.
So much.
I'm gonna be real. That would be kind of hard to deal with. It would be a lot.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Wait.
Right.
Watch out for that archer. Make sure you're not standing in a place where
he can't see me yet, so we're good.
I really like Castle Drangleic.
I really do too. I really, one of the things I love about this game is the way we do the sparkles for the rain on the shoulders, which is like extremely, you know, like I first, like, you know, my first encounter with this is in the very first like episode of Record of Lodoss War, where they're all in the rain and everyone's shoulders are doing that sparkling thing. And thinking that's such a great and interesting way to communicate rain falling on a body beyond just them being wet, you know, like.
Well, because like rain feels different than it actually presents. Like,
bitch.
God, they can't. You just can't surprise them. Oh no! Run!
Son of a bitch! Quick, quick, quick! Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Oh, that rocks. It's so good. Oh man.
Oh God. That's pro gaming.
That's like
Oh my God.
no one knows that strat. You just broke new ground. This is speedrunning community is like losing it right now.
What I love is that like they really fuck you over here, right? Because like you can't run past them and just open the door.
Nope,
because you have to run past them and pull this lever, and then you have to wait for the portcullis to come down, and then you can open the door.
And they will 100% just kill you while you're doing
you don't
the
have
lever.
time for that. Like there is no
chance.
there's absolutely no chance for that. Like you can't poise through that kind of fire. Sorry.
Oh, don't forget your chest over there.
Oh, look at that. Let's see what's. It's a poison trap now. An Estus flask shard.
I was gonna say, what do we even need anymore? Do we really need? And yeah, we need that.
Yeah, those are good. We love that. Oh, there's another one of those guys. But like, see, he's got this kind of weird. I don't know. He's weird because he's like. He's almost like the scorpion dude.
Yeah. And like the way he falls, it's not like he's like going through. He's trapped there. It is like the wall is his body.
Yeah.
It's very strange. Yeah.
All right. So let's see. There's a gargoyle, or some kind of gargoyle thing up there. That's fun. Oh, this is a door that this is not a door to anything.
This is no door.
Oh, there's a ladder.
Oh,
here.
a ladder. The door is to lead you to the ladder.
Oh. Okay,
Revenge.
so we're gonna down, motherfucker. And then...
If we were online right now, there'd be a lot of things that say revenge. Oh boy.
Oh shit.
This guy is for real.
Goddamn thing to him. Well, he's like made of titanite. Look at his ass.
Yeah, he's no joke. Oh well.
There we go.
Maybe you didn't hit him very. You might have not hit him fully with the first time there.
Twinkling titanite. Hey, we like that because we can use that to upgrade our armor.
Our armor.
Our cool armor. So there's.
Okay, see that? Yeah, that fall's not going to be good.
So there's our lead up. That's our walk. This is how far we've come.
Look at that.
We ran all that way up here, and there's still that weird arena. And then there's all this castle shit over here.
It's a real Lego set place over here.
Yeah, this is. I'm kind of shocked that we haven't gotten Lego Drangleic yet, or like any of like Lego Lothric. Like maybe we'll get Lego Elden Ring, which is really boring, but
Do you think they're gonna do Lego anything?
I would
guess they probably.
I
could.
feel like at this point, like Oh, fuck, buddy.
Oh boy. This guy didn't appreciate that we talked down about him.
Yeah, no, he really didn't. Oh, look, there's like 3 of them. Okay. Well,
you got this.
Sucks to be you, my guy. Oh, look at this chest. This looks fake. This looks like fake
Yeah,
news.
hit it.
Oh,
it's fake, all right.
fake fucking news, buddies.
Yeah, that.
Oh, we got the washing pole and petrify. Oh shit!
No.
He must have saw us from the other side and come over. Wow, he just really snuck. He was fast. That was speedy.
It was also very sneaky. He made no sound.
It was very
for the guy that big. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Okay.
Good for him.
And here we've got another chest. This is not a mimic.
Well, it would be Sub-Mimic if it was.
They're right. Fucking
The best mimic of all time.
Well, let's take a look at this stuff. I feel like we're pretty safe now.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can read
Equipment.
about it.
We got some washing pole to look at. The washing pole is it's a katana.
Oh.
Yeah. A katana of unknown origin, crafted with a peculiar yet refined technique. The extremely long blade allows for strikes from great distance, but its construction makes it extremely fragile. Let's take a look at this guy, because it's cool. It's real long.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Look at that.
It's,
Whoa.
because we don't have this in Elden Ring.
That's an extreme katana.
Yeah, it's an extreme katana. It's the PvP katana. I think a lot of people do use it for, but yeah, whoa, 20 durability, damn. Compared to 40 for the black steel. All right, what else do we get? Oh, that's right, we got some new spell to pick up. It's a firestorm. It's pyromancy. Firestorm. An ancient primal pyromancy. Pillars of flame erupt near the caster. The firestorm is said to be the wrath and ire of its spell's creator.
Oh, who's that?
I think it's one of the witches of Izalith.
Seems probable, yeah.
It's Enki of the Great Swamp. I don't know. It's one of those. It's one of those early pyromancer figures.
And why shouldn't they be mad? They've gone through a lot.
I think Firestorm's in Dark Souls 1 and
well, then that would
yeah, that one probably has an item description that makes more sense, or at least a location that makes more sense for it.
The item description of this seems fine. Yeah, the location I can't speak to. I guess it's where King Vendrick puts all his treasures, and like his collecting of treasures is something that absolutely.
Drangleic Castle is interesting because it is a castle that is not, it doesn't have it feels like a level. It is not Gygaxian, as we would say. It is very much designed to be. Oh wait, that's right. I gotta go the other way because and that's how we get back to the thing, because it's a loop.
And you have to climb that ladder still.
What ladder? Didn't I climb the ladder?
Wasn't there that ladder that you needed to climb that you decided not to because there was... Oh, no, it wasn't the ladder. It was the elevator.
Yeah. So
yeah, not the ladder.
Go back.
So you did climb the ladder.
And then we go to the elevator, and yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we're done with that path. That's good. See, now you can feel comfortable having locked off that whole path.
Yeah, just take a load off. Feel comfortable. Just take a deep sigh, viewer. We finished that path. You don't have to worry about it anymore.
We did. And then we're actually going to go back to Majula, and we're going to say, hey, lady. We got...
I want to use these souls so a mannequin doesn't take them.
Yeah, we want to use these souls, but we got that Estus flask.
Is that a shard you found?
We can't use those souls.
Let me see it, so that I may help you. To see light, to see hope. However faint it might be.
Makes sense. I like that she says, let me see it so that I can help you. There's something very, very, honestly, it's not reassuring when she says that, but I can see that she's trying to be reassuring.
Mm-hmm.
Which I appreciate.
All right. Let's see. We got some Twinkling Titanite. Let's use it on stuff. Can we does this guy take Twinkling Titanite? Vengarl's Helm.
I think everything we're wearing takes Twinkling Titanite.
Yeah, so we've got the Hexer's robes, the Hexer's gloves. We're gonna use it on
Can we upgrade Vengarl?
We are upgrading Vengarl's Helm.
That's fun.
Yeah. There we go. We can do +2 to Vengarl's Helm. There we go.
All right.
Yeah. We had 2 shards.
How many people have a build with +2 Vengarl's Helm? Not a lot, I bet.
That's a good question. I can't imagine that many people...
Now, if you have a specific PvP build, would you enhance the armor? Is that something that people did?
I knew you.
Yeah, I mean, once you commit to an armor, you might as well, because like you're not going to use it for anything else.
Right. Right.
Oh, so this is
I just didn't know if
interesting.
that would give you any edge. I guess it would.
Yeah. We can buy Pate's armor here.
Oh.
Although it appears to be a common helmet, it has been meticulously customized. This has been considerably altered. Perhaps it was pillaged. Okay. Yeah, it's all belonged to Malmere Pate. So, weird choices, Pate.
Yeah. Well, it goes along with him, though. The whole, like... That seems really customized, but it doesn't really make sense that it's for this one person. Maybe he got it off a corpse. Like...
Yeah. All right. Now let's go back to the castle. Back to Drangleic Castle.
Oh, pretty good. You've been working on your accents?
No.
Well, you're a natural then.
Thank you. Okay, so we're going to go down. We're going to go down. We're going to hit up that elevator. We're going to see where that takes us.
Ooh.
Ooh, look at that. Unless this door is magically open now. Nope, it's locked.
Nope. Okay. Well,
Doo-doo.
you have to check.
Oh, we're going up. I thought we'd go back down, but no, we are
Oh,
going
really?
up.
Oh, I was looking forward to going up.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought we'd go down. Now this is giving me like it's like the haunted mansion at Disney World.
I was gonna say, like, I expect there to be a green face in one of those, or like it's very Snow White, like.
Because they reminded me initially of the action figures that had the illusions or whatever the.
Yeah, we talked about them
last time.
Why did neither of us look up what those are called?
No, we didn't. We didn't do it. But yeah, no, it did reminds me of that. But now that with the elevator, it reminds me of the haunted mansion where you go. Like if I step back on this, it will go down, and I'll be like, "Yep, it's fucking haunted mansion vibes." Which when I was first taken to, when I was like 5 or so, I flipped out. I could not deal with the walls closing in and like the let's go down in the elevator experience. Nope. I screamed bloody murder till they stopped the ride.
Really?
Yeah, my family was pissed because they're like you're embarrassing us, and I'm like, you took me on the ride where the walls close in and then we go down. Are you fucking kidding me? What's wrong with you?
Like, yeah. By the way, the very catchy name of these action figures is Knights of the Holographic Light.
Hell yeah.
It's pretty cool, actually. Like, absolutely. Yeah, I can't believe I think the first time I went on Haunted Mansion and Tower of Terror was when I was like 11 or something, and that, like, even then I was like, this is kind of terrifying.
And by this point, I'd already screamed bloody murder about the coal train at the Field Museum, which I think we also talked about.
Right. We've talked about this. Yeah, we've gone through the
My guy.
Oh no.
That is such a door to open. Holy shit.
Ugh. That's awful. That looks more like something out of Bloodborne than it does Dark Souls 2. That's very disturbing.
I posit that Dark Souls 2 has some incredibly disturbing imaging that like a lot of people don't really give enough credit to.
Yeah, this is really rough. No key to the
embedded. It's the embedded. He is embedded. His face is a keyhole.
Ugh.
Let's just take a moment for this. The key, the lock here is his face.
That's you got to feel bad for the embedded. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. I think the embedded maybe got a bad pull when it came to jobs.
Yeah, I think so. How did the embedded end up the embedded? That's a strong magic shield. Well, where are we going to get a key? Soul vessel.
Oh, okay, and a fire seed.
And
come on, key to the embedded. Let's go.
Yeah, key to the embedded. Key to the King's Passage.
Well, that would be the other locked door.
Yeah, that's got to be the other locked door. Dude, he's not happy here. Can we? No.
He wishes.
Yeah, the embedded is just stuck. Oh, there's someone in there. You can't talk to them.
Oh, it's a lady.
Yeah, there's a lady in here. This is interesting. This is kind of in a weird cave because if you look at the bottom of it, it looks like a spider web, right? And then we've got these kind of weird spider-like.
It's very erected. Yeah, you're right.
And then we have this embedded who is like up. He's like totally like Shelobbed up in here.
He is Shelobbed up in there.
Oh yeah, look at this. There's a whole kind of spider type thing going on there, and no,
it's awful. Yeah,
it's Master Frodo. Look, I'll break you out, Master Frodo.
I saw a discourse about Gandalf that Gandalf is like a bad person, and I have no feeling one way or the other. I'm not up on Lord of the Rings enough, but I've never heard that before. Is that common?
Because Gandalf like is manipulative and like he's like gonna prey on these hobbits like need to be.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I guess that's it.
I saw the other day a video that was going around that was like an explanation for why Joseph Campbell is a bad person and why the hero's quest is garbage, and I'm just like, didn't we do this like 30 fucking years ago? Because I swear to God, I read a book in college on this, on why Joseph Campbell is wrong.
Gen Z needs to like start reading anthropology
like,
that was not published in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, because like it's like like Joseph Campbell, kind of a misogynist, racist asshole. Every anthropologist from like the 60s was.
Yeah, even Levi Strauss, and I like Levi Strauss.
Yeah. Dude, I love Jung. Jung's all kinds of fucked up.
Absolutely.
There we go. King's Passage.
All right, let's go.
Let's do it.
Fogdor
and everything.
I'm loving this.
Yeah, no, this is what's up.
This feels right.
Look at that lightning and shit.
It's really cool. Oh.
The King's Passage. Oh,
it's always storming in the King's. Ooh.
Trevor, we have environmental art. We have an alluring skull that's over here.
Oh, I like that. That's cool.
I like that. It feels like we took the allure from the skull, but left the skull behind.
I love that they decided to. They're like, we need to embody an item. What's it gonna be?
We need to look over here and see. So we've got this interesting. We have a tree it's got really complicated roots, and it's got really lots of branches, and there's like this kind of weird like DNA pattern emerging from the tree, and then there's
it's almost like, so the things on the side are there's the DNA pattern or a sunburst,
and
then two people,
but they're very nondescript people.
They're like how you would draw aliens if you were like these cave drawings depict what we think may have been the Greys.
Well, I mean, they almost are like kind of like, they're like these, like they are like cave drawings, or just the outline of a figure. There's no gender, there's no description. We understand them as figures because it's like, oh, clearly it's got a head and shoulders, but
right,
that's our bias that we're going off of. And then there's this thing in front of it. That's the
half knight with the sword in front of him.
The partial knight with the sword.
No arms, or are his arms behind him?
No arms. They're just cut off.
Ugh, rough.
No arms. No, not even really much of a torso. Like most of his torso is gone. Or like really, it's like right at the hip, the top of the hip, where your waist actually is. Like his actual waist is bisected here, and then goes into this little medieval gazebo.
It's also cracked.
Oh yeah, it's got that big crack across the bottom of it. That
all the way through. Yeah.
And over here we've got we get to see that this I really love that From Software is committed to wall treatments.
Mm-hmm.
And like in like ways that are like, kind of, I want to say period appropriate, but like, are like kind of trans period, because like, this like the plaster over the brick is not, like it's not a medieval thing.
Oh yeah, no, I mean like a brick wall like that, you're not gonna walk into a 13th century church and see that.
Yeah,
that's like something from the 19th century or 18th century. This but it works. Like it is that transhistorical, I think that's the right term for it. Like it's you don't have to ask like, okay, so like what period are they going for here? Because it doesn't really matter. Like that's part of the reason why all of the worlds in the Souls games are so interesting, is that they kind of throw everything into a blender.
I also, this is really interesting, is the columns that the unbuttressed columns. Like, see, we have these vaults coming out of the columns that are one. I love how the vaults are not aligned to the columns perfectly. They're very off center from the columns. But then there's the columns that
exact.
There's the columns flanking this. I guess this is a door. That don't have anything coming out of them. They're just columns that repeat, even though, you know, like over
they're
here,
purely decorative.
Yeah, they're just purely decorative columns propping that door. And then over here, we've got these other set over here. Good shit.
It's really nice. I like it a lot.
And we've got these knights with their big stabby weapons and no heads. These ones have no heads, at least.
Oh, weird. Actually, no. It looks like they all have no heads.
Oh yeah, they all have no heads.
They just had their heads lopped off.
But they've got kind of these weird, like. Oh no, I guess it's.
Is it a pike or no? It's
like
a sword.
Kind of like it's. Oh shit!
Ah!
Holy crap!
We'll get a good look at them now. They're a little bit like. Oh boy. Oh, they have horse heads.
Oh, and they're doing ninja shit.
Whoa. That's crazy. What the heck? That rules.
That rules.
I like them so
much.
much.
And they disappear entirely. They didn't leave out it. Stone twin blade. That's what
twin blade. Okay.
I was
gonna
like,
say the Darth Maul thing.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. I was like they got the Darth Maul shit. So that's interesting. Oh, there's a flag down there. Yeah, we get this lightning coming out outside. I like this kind of just perpetually stormy here, and then there's void. This void fucking flanking this walkway.
Oh yeah, I mean, what else is going to be there other than void? I guess, right? Like,
it's a dead person with one life gem.
How did someone else find their way here?
That's a good question.
Beggar's belief.
Maybe they were just always here.
That's a nice way. Oh, there's another dead
Petrified
person.
Something.
All right. Also, that person is laying like they're in their grave, which is pretty interesting.
Oh yeah, look at that. They got their little
arms
hands
crossed and everything.
Yeah. Oh, here's another one. This guy's kind of propped up.
Yeah, that guy just died there.
Okay.
Wow,
Twinkling
Titanite. All right.
Yeah, let's see this guy. This guy is
fetal position.
Yeah.
Sorta.
That's how I sleep.
I usually sleep on my back. I find that that's how I like it. But the fetal position is a very comfortable way to sleep. I have no critique.
I used to sleep on my back, and then I stopped at some point. And I don't know why or for what reason. So here's this weird banner. We don't really get a lot of banners in this game.
No.
I guess that's the crest of Drangleic.
It's a cool crest. They actually did a pretty neat job with that, I think.
They got the two. Let's see. Are those wyverns? They look like wyverns.
They do.
Because they've got the wings, the two wings instead of arms, but they got the feet and the long tail.
Yeah, it has sort of a crown at the top.
I think that's a wyvern.
Yeah, I think you're right. That's a wyvern.
It's been a minute.
Please correct us if we're wrong about wyverns.
Like seriously. Oh, what's going on? Look at this. It's the rain coming through.
That's
these windows.
So cool. It looks like snow the way they have it there, which I also like. I mean,
I'm gonna actually pop a human effigy.
Seems like a good plan.
Oh, look at that! I just wanted to use a life gem fully, but let's see what kind of friends we can bring along here. Just one friend. Who is it?
Coolest place to be summoned.
Oh, is it Benhard of Hugo?
Cool. I love that. That's really neat.
Of Hugo.
I love that.
We love Benhard of Hugo.
Hugo. Benhard of Juice.
Benhard of Fuego. Hey, Benhard. Hey, buddy. Buddy, we got a boss fight coming up. Are you hype? Are you hype, Benhard?
This guy is so hype. You can't, like...
Bernhardt, oh, it's a fucking Looking Glass Knight. Shit, I forgot about this asshole. Jesus. This guy's cool because he's so extremely borrowed. Like, his look is, like, 100%, what if, oh, God, what's his fucking name from Excalibur? Jesus, my guy. I'm trying to, like, have a moment about...
Lancelot?
Not Lancelot. Arthur's incest baby.
Oh, God, yeah,
Jesus.
I don't remember. But, yeah, he's an amazing-looking guy. Like, the crown of thorns and everything, too. It's no joke. I mean, of course, did this boss. You can't beat the game without it, but, like, I don't remember it.
I did this boss with, like, you know, clearly an insane amount of, like, you know, distance.
Oh yeah, no, this is one of those bosses that does not
oh Jesus,
punishes you for getting up close for sure.
It also punishes you for being at range. All right,
it's crucial. You have to be punished both ways.
Dealt with, like,
he created a mirror.
Hey, Bernhardt, deal with that shit.
I think Bernhardt's doing a pretty good job tanking for you.
Yeah. Bye-bye, Looking Glass Knight. There we go.
I enjoy the game. I liked the game Blasphemous. I think it was a fun game. It is very funny that, like, looking at that guide, not only was the basic mechanic stolen from Souls games, but the entire, like... Yeah. Just play the Looking Glass Knight and then be like, what if we made another game?
So
but
the Looking Glass Knight.
Talk about Arthur's baby.
Yeah, God. Well, it's interesting because he's got, like, you know, he has the crown of thorns, like, which is just, like, really from software.
Kayudan? Or Kijuan? Amr, Gwydra? Mordred. There we go.
But if, like, you're not familiar with Mordred, especially in the film Excalibur, which one, if you're watching this Let's Play and you have not watched Excalibur, stop watching the Let's Play, go watch Excalibur, and then come back, because my entire worldview is formed by Excalibur.
That's such a bold and good thing to say.
Well, so, like, I mean, Excalibur. Okay, Excalibur. It's a 1981 film. First of all, so, like, 1981. By the time I was a kid, that was, like, watching things on television, that was extremely on HBO and Cinemax. Like,
right.
It was directed by John Borman, who, you know, God, what else did John Borman do? Oh, he did Zardoz. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's, wow.
But he also did, like, he did Deliverance. He was still directing recently. I know he did, like, Taylor Panama, I think. And it's not recent. That's like late 90s. But still, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But, like, yeah. You know, he did Point Blank with Lee Marvin and Angie Dickinson.
Oh, God. Lee Marvin, that's so cool.
Fucking Sir John Borman, great director, but he did Excalibur, which is a retelling of, like, Arthur's kind of, you know, it's a very loose adaptation of Le Morte d'Arthur. But it's very good, and it has, like, fucking everyone in it. And it rules. But Mordred is Arthur's incest baby with his sister Igraine, half sister, that grows up to be this weird, kind of, you know, sadistic, depraved knight,
right?
Because he doesn't have a daddy and he's an incest baby and he's just really just not a part of God's plan.
He had a rough go.
He had a rough go. Yeah. You know, like Arthur's daddy, you know, like Arthur is a the product of rape, and then his son is too, technically, because Igraine does. She seduces Arthur, and against his will, she impersonates. I don't remember. It's been a minute.
Just go watch Excalibur.
Just go watch Excalibur, because the armor they give Mordred is very crucial, and also outstanding performances by Nicole Williamson and I just forgot her name. Helen Mirren. Helen Mirren as Igraine
Helen Mirren
is incredible, and that was back when she was like she was young and still still a hottie, but she's like evil hottie witch, which I know it just sold everyone that has not yet seen Excalibur on.
You imagine you're just like, I don't want to see that now.
Yeah, you're watching this and I'm just like, Helen Mirren is evil hottie witch, and like she's got titty plate armor, y'all. So go watch it, and a Madonna ponytail. It's great. Which is like I really love in that when they do like there's spoilers for Excalibur if you haven't seen it. They there's the spell where Igraine gets like super aged, and like she's all like this like old crone, and it's just like now we have Helen Mirren aged up, and it's just like, wait, Helen Mirren just got hotter.
It was a sign of what would come in the future, that Helen Mirren would retain her good looks forever.
Yeah. So but yeah, the armor for the Mirror Knight very clearly borrowing from that. Igraine's armor is gold, but here it's silver, but it's because he's a Looking Glass Knight.
Yeah, I like him a lot. That was a neat boss fight. It really is fun when From plays against its own type, like when it's sort of just like, we've been doing one thing this whole time, now let's just like shift gears completely.
And we didn't really give it quite the fair shake, because this is the Looking Glass Knight. He summons in dudes through his looking glass shield, which is it's fucking cool as hell that he's got this,
we got one of them there, yeah. But of course, if it's online, right? If it's
online, he can summon in other players. Yeah,
and he's the monk archetype. Yeah, the mad monk,
the old monk, which is just really a cool thing. Elden Ring doesn't have any bosses like that, does it? I think they kind of gave up on that.
I forget. I thought
because there's no one in Bloodborne. There's no one in Dark Souls 3.
So the closest I can think of off the top, there might be one in Elden Ring that I'm not thinking of, but the closest I can think of is the big jar that you go to, and it summons. They're like pre-made, but they're random pre-made, and I guess they're like player created. Like they are player created, but they're not players. So it's sort of like half of one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I like that. It's cool. It's a neat thing.
Yeah, as a premise, it's a cool premise. I like that you can just totally miss this chest back here, because I almost did.
Well, I mean, of course, it's not in any private place.
It's completely like in like a
chilling. You're just gonna find laundry in there. I wouldn't worry.
Soul Bolt, Spell Quartz Ring +2, and a Bonfire Ascetic ×3.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Well, good. We can Bonfire Ascetic this area. Go fight the Mirror Knight again.
God. I do. It's like aesthetically, I like this arena. I like that it's small. I like that it is like a kind of a dilapidated chapel, and that like we've got these big windows. For the Looking Glass Knight to set up like posts, like this feels like I like this depression here too, which is where I guess he was like it's just. That whenever you get that like kind of like that sensation of a boss is embedded in the ground a little bit, like when the Terminator shows up.
No, exactly. Or like inevitably in any given like Superman comic where he like comes down and smashes into the ground.
Right.
Like
I was thinking like
that idea of like the ground coming up around someone is so.
like Superman or Neo and like Matrix borrows from that, and it's just like you get that puckering of the ground where it's like, oh, they made their gravity, literally their gravity created this like pocket to hold them in place, like a Bandai Namco Gundam platform. I love that it get perfectly in line too with the spire for Drangleic Castle.
Yeah, for all the stuff that like we noted where it's like, oh hey, like these buttresses are off, or like there's these things that don't line up or seem to purposely not line up. This is so symmetrical and like kind of perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I also like how good.
Yeah, but he's a mirror knight,
Right, sure. It would have to, yeah. And like in the mirror, the fact that his face doesn't show anything. I will say the one thing that Elden Ring did that I think is really cool was the mimic tier that way. I think it's neat to be able to summon yourself. That sort of like duplication of
the
self
mimic tier is such a neat idea, especially because like you're like in that zone with. I mean, really, what I appreciate so much about Elden Ring is its commitment to what if we took this like GRRM bullshit, like kind of low fantasy world, and then just said cosmic horror.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, no, for sure. That's like, that's the whole sort of area that you get sent on in Ronnie's quest is like that, for sure.
Yeah, like the whole concept behind like Ronnie and God, and even what's her name? The sorceress.
What's her? Yeah, the glintstone sorceress. Yeah.
And just like the whole like I'm gonna become a bunch of heads for the stars. Really great shit. I really love the use of astronomy in Elden Ring. Like,
well, there's a reason everyone wants to do Ronnie's quest, and I know people want to say like, oh, it's because of my goth GF, but like, it may be because of that. Maybe that's what you're telling yourself or what's true, but it's just the best way that story can go. It's the strange cosmic horror elements overcoming the like. I'm the order guy. I'm the chaos guy.
Well, it's like, no, we're going to set the stars back in motion. Like, it's just...
Yeah.
You don't get... Like, it's funny because, like, there's such a purity to Ronnie's quest that's just like, we're going to set the stars back in motion. It's not like a who's going to take over, who's right, who's wrong. It's the stars are stuck. We're going to unstuck them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, we're going to do that.
So there's this elevator here. This is a very ornate elevator. This is like
I love it.
This is like a Final Fantasy 14 shield.
Yeah, the gladiator is holding that.
The gladiators are jealous of this elevator right here. So we're going to go down this elevator and see what's up.
I do like the Mirror Knights level. One last thought on that it reminds me of the first boss you hit in Dark Souls 3. That kind of like arena.
Oh yeah,
is
yeah.
very similar.
I think it is quoted. Not. It's kind of like it's paraphrased, not really quoted.
Yeah.
But even
Dark Souls 2 is never quoted. It's a shame.
No, I mean it's quoted in the fucking. Ring City, where they're just like, what? Look, we put a windmill in here.
God.
And some desert sorcerers, I think, because you.
Everyone who I know who knows what they're talking about, just like every time they say the Ring City, they're just like, ugh. Ring City DLC.
So here is some interesting thing. We've come down this super constructed. Man-made stone, geometric, like perfect circle, perfect square into a perfect square. And what we have found at the bottom is tree roots smashing through the wall irregularly and creating a tunnel.
And what a strange thing for an elevator to lead to. Right? Like,
yeah, because like it's the thing. Without this wall, what is here?
Right, exactly. Nothing. It's just
it's an elevator to a square hole. that like serves no purpose other than to hold this elevator. It's
so
very.
I guess this path was expected, maybe.
Yeah, and then it's like it's almost like it's interesting because like, so this is like kind of it's not square, it's burrowed, but it's almost burrowed by the roots themselves.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it feels like the nature made this, not man.
Yeah, and we're gonna come into it. Remember, we came down here through a tunnel that had a big graphic on the wall of a knight with no arms in front of a tree with very long roots.
We might be seeing some sort of tree here, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, we might be at the bottom of the and there's a dead body with just a green blossom on it.
The roots are brittle in places.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very much like a bed of chaos situation going on here.
Yeah, we've got. This is the game has in Elden Ring, throughout the Dark Souls we have encountered tree roots specifically, like roots and branches, but roots almost exclusive, like really have been this source of like the wild. Like this is our metaphor for the wild, the chaotic, the growth of the natural, but also it's unnatural in a way. It's not like,
well, yeah, because it's always underneath. It's always not to be trusted because it can't be seen.
Yeah, and
like the three fingers are down in the deepest possible cellar of the deepest possible hole, much like the bed of chaos and this place.
Yeah. So it's really interesting to me what Miyazaki thinks about the natural,
Mm-hmm.
And here we are at the Shrine of Amana.
Oh, so cool. Such a memorable place and such a weird zone.
Yeah. So we've got a bunch of souls. I think we need to go back.
Yeah, we should spend those souls.
And,
I wish we had the key to the embedded, but we clearly do not yet.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
I don't get it in the Shrine of Amana. We'll figure it out.
Bearer of the curse, I will always be at your side until hope has fully withered.
So that's interesting. Until hope is fully withered. It's interesting that she talks about hope. I don't remember hope being mentioned ever in Dark Souls 1.
No.
Dark Souls 1 is not a place of hope.
Yeah, it's always like there always seems to be one play left. Like whoever gets to link the fires or not link the fires gets to determine the way the world works, and it's much less about hope and much more about ambition as a result.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
We put 1 point in endurance and we get 1 stamina and 1 hit point out of it.
Well, you think it hit that soft cap? What do you think?
It's so beautiful. Or we could get 20 hit points out of it. Oh my god. If we put a point in adaptability, we don't even get a point of agility out of it. Tragic.
What about strength? Yeah.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Boy. I'd almost say the 20 health.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the vigor.
Yeah. Everything else feels kind of like a waste.
I mean, 20 hit points isn't much, but like, we've had so many moments where we've hung
been
on
very
by
close.
that sliver that like, it feels almost.
Those who come to Drangleic seeking salvation soon lose hope and turn hollow. It happens to them all, sooner or later. That blue knight at the base of the tower, although he does offer sound, perhaps he is a foreshadowing of your own future.
So yeah, again, lots of sense of hope, both the having it and the losing of it.
It's also interesting the way she's describing how hollowing works in this game. Which, like, if we're sort of thinking about our friends in the game who we've seen hollowed, does not seem to go that way. Like, it's not like they come looking for something and lose hope and become hollow. It feels like hollowing is something that just like happens over time inextricably. It has nothing to do with their understanding of the world or their personal, I don't know, point of view.
If you make it back.
Yeah.
I mean, not to say that that's like a plot point, a plot miss or anything like that. I don't think it is. I think it's just like, it's an interesting reinterpretation of what we've seen in the game so far. Because of course, like, what the Emerald Herald is suggesting is that it matters somehow, like how you feel about your quest in Drangleic, and that's very different. I mean, so far it seemed like, yeah, it doesn't matter at all. You can think what you want. You're going to go hollow.
Yeah, no, it's interesting because hope is like almost it's a diminishing quality that, like, you know, it's like a timer, you know, and like the hope that you have is running out and you have to replenish it, or it runs out and you go hollow.
It's a really strange way of thinking about hope, which typically does not. It doesn't. I don't know. Like, that's not. It's not really how hope works. It's not a reusable, or like a thing where you say, like, I have this much. I have like X amount of hope left. That's typically not how people think about it. But in this case, like, it's the only way to make sense of going hollow in both the way that the people are talking about it and the way that the Emerald Herald talks about it, when she says everyone eventually goes hollow.
Yeah.
Like, it's such a, it's an interesting one. I like that.
The hope is something that cannot be held on to permanently.
Right. You can take other people. Like, you can take other people's hope. Like, you take other people's. Oh, you have sublime bone dust.
Oh wow. Do I? Where is it?
Yeah, it's that. It's the guy 2 to your left.
Oh yeah. Okay, gotta do that. We also have the Soul of the Looking Glass Knight, but first I wanna leave this petrified something. See what we get. Demon's Great Hammer.
Ooh, that's interesting.
Yeah, that's neat. That's what a weapon that Derby tried to get in Dark Souls 1 when we're doing our Let's Play of Dark Souls 1. Because I was like, the Demon's Great Hammer, that might be fun for Derby to have.
It would be fun for Derby to have,
I think
especially as someone who was losing her faith.
Yeah, I think eventually, like, I think it took too long to get it, or I ran out of dudes. They didn't drop it. I mean, by the time, like, I ran into one of the demons that did drop it, it was just like, well, I don't care anymore.
Yeah, exactly.
Zweihander. Zweihanders, baby.
Listen, there's something very plot specific or correct or meaningful about the weapon you end up with. You know, like, I feel like you can make meaning out of anything.
Yeah.
Not you personally, although you can, but anyone.
So let's make some meaning out of the Demon's Great Hammer. It's a great hammer made of unknown
segue.
materials. Perhaps it is stone or even wood. The origin of its name are unclear. Its tremendous weight suggests it was never intended for humans. Perhaps it was an offering to the demons that appear in legend. So that's interesting. I don't think we actually do. We don't run into demons. We don't go to, yeah, look at that fucking hammer. That's sick.
Wow. That's really cool.
Yeah, you can go rip shit with that.
Yeah, do we ever run into any demons? I mean, there's the smelter demon, but is that
we don't run into like Capra or anything like that.
Right.
We don't go to, like, you know, like, it's not like there's not like the demon ruins. Because we're not in that, you know, not in that space. This is a land away from Lordric, or Lordred.
Also, it seems like demons, like, as an offering, right? Like, it seems like demons could do something here, whereas in Lordren, they cannot.
Yeah, that is an interesting concept. Yeah, that's something to think about. But yeah, let's burn this sublime bone dust so we don't forget.
I think that's a good plan.
because a week will go by, we'll forget that we had it, and then we'll go like, what? Yay.
Are you feeling that, Seagrams, do you?
No, I'm just feeling like, we kind of got to a spot where maybe we're winding down. So here we go. The Looking Glass Knight soul. Soul of the Looking Glass Knight who challenges visitors to the Lordless Castle. That's an interesting use of Lordless there. Long ago, the Knight's Passage was a route taken by the bravest warriors to prove themselves. But now it only prevents one from pursuing the runaway king.
Runaway king.
Yeah, so that's
which is not something we've ever heard. Vendrick's missing, we've heard, but we don't ever hear runaway.
Yeah, we don't hear that Vendrick is, like fled being king.
Yeah.
And we have not heard that the castle is lordless. Like it was specifically go to the castle, seek the king, which is interesting because it's, we were told to go to the castle, right? Like we seek the castle, seek the king, which is interesting to think about because it's never been the king is in the castle. No, that's an assumption that we've kind of made on our own.
We've absolutely made that. Yeah, that could be two separate
seek
demands.
The castle and then seek the fucking king. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Which is like, yeah, it's interesting. The game kind of plays with that. It going into the sort of like myth about Souls games and Miyazaki with the translation thing of him reading, stuff in English that he couldn't quite understand and getting half truths from it. Like it is that's almost certainly performative, but also there's something very cool about thinking about that story and then seeing like they kind of tricked us with synecdoche. Like they say the castle and we assume it means the king, and it's like, oh no, we were just we weren't speaking figuratively this time.
You were thinking that the castle meant the king was there. Ha ha ha, silly fool. You fell for metonymy again.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Well, it's also interesting because it's like, okay, and you brought up the Miyazaki story, and one, this is Mario. This is Mario. Sorry, Mario, your princess is another castle. We literally got to fucking Nishandra, and Nishandra is like, sorry, Mario, your princess is another castle.
You're right. You're not wrong.
It's file under origins for Dark Souls, Mario.
I mean, it's not Mario.
Yeah. But I also appreciate that part of Dark Souls, we all talk about like Dark Souls, it's the lore, it's the lore, it's the lore. And people love the lore and they love the item descriptions and things like that and trying to figure out how the pieces all fit together. And then, but you got these Miyazaki stories. We've got the Miyazaki with, he loves, he grew up reading these books that, he couldn't fully understand. And we've got the story of the snow, the blizzard, and everyone helping each other along the way. And
I forgot about that one.
And it's interesting because Cameron wrote a really good piece about being a helper in Dark Souls and like the kind of the weight and the pressure and God, I just lost the word that I'm looking for. The responsibility. Of being a summon, of getting summoned in to be a helper.
I mean, it's huge.
It's a huge responsibility. The number of times you summon someone and they die in 5 seconds and you're like, well, fuck.
Yeah, this is not help. I just wasted a thing to make this happen.
I wasted a thing. I'm probably going to lose all these souls. And like, now I'm going to have to do this boss run again. Like, it's just like, it's a whole ordeal. And so there's the great weight of being a summon. And Cameron's written a good piece about that. But Cameron also wrote in that piece, Cameron discusses how the myth of the blizzard, the car stuck in the blizzard and everyone helping each other is a great story. It's a great bit of lore. It's not how summons and summoning and messages work in Dark Souls at all. That's not how the game functions. So it becomes this interesting story that is also, incorrect.
Yeah. That's a really interesting point. Like I think a lot of the Miyazaki stories function that way. Probably even the Lost in Translation story, where it's like, yeah, it's just like that doesn't super explain anything. Like what it does is it gives you kind of a romantic way of thinking about the story that, opens you up to thinking about the story and the mechanics a little more, which is useful. But yeah, it's not, it's cool, but it isn't right. Yeah. This Cameron person should write more.
Yeah. Right. So yeah, it's one of those things that's stuck with me for a long time, because it's, I was like, this isn't right. There's something off about the way in which, God, we're so close. We are 1,100 souls away from a level up.
Anything else we have? Do we have any, like...
That's what I was just going to look at.
Proud Knights?
Nope. That was the last of them.
No,
next time we'll have to kill something and then come back.
Put a note on the board. We have to kill something and get its soul.
But, yeah.
No, I like that. That's a really good way of thinking about it. I've never read that piece by Cameron, but I think he's absolutely right.
Yeah.
Like, it is.
I will link that in the description, because it is a good piece.
Fantastic.
And I'll just send it to you, Trevor, because it's one of those pieces that I was just like, damn, this actually put a lot into perspective for me about the Souls games and what both I resonate with and what I rub up against, and how it all fits together. It's also a good companion piece to my piece about being there when Demon Souls finally turned off the lights.
I was glad you wrote that. Like I wanted to say something about it, but like I didn't have the words, so I was really pleased when I saw that you had, and I liked that piece a lot.
Well, I'm glad you liked that piece. But,
well, I mean, everyone is writing for me, the protagonist of the universe, so well, it only makes sense that you'd be happy.
Well, damn, now I got to figure out what to write for you in regards to Fire Emblem, the Three Hopes.
You know what? I most of my understanding about Fire Emblem: The Three Hopes is based on your understanding of Fire Emblem: The Three Hopes, so you're safe.
Shit.
Yeah.
It doesn't give me a target.
Well, okay, yeah, that's not helpful, but it is. Yeah, no, it's I don't know. I think the Souls games are such a. I mean, we talked about metonymy, but they're also like such a. They can sort of be metonymic of anything you want them to be, and I feel like part of the genius of Miyazaki telling those stories is that he has opened up like this world where it could mean what he has said they mean, right? Like it could 100% be like, oh yeah, like the snowstorm was real, and yeah, I totally made the summon system this way because of that, and the translation is also real, or it could not be, and he's essentially like created a way of starting to think about the systems in the game in a deeper way. And I'll give him the credit for that, because I think, whatever you do and don't think about Miyazaki, I think he cares about the way people think about his games, right? And like saying, this game is absolutely about this is a good place to be like, okay, the mechanics mean something, the game means something. I don't know if I agree with this person or disagree with him. Let's start thinking about it. And I think it's kind of brilliant that he started off that way. Like it's a neat thing to see a storyteller tell a story, I guess is how I'll say it.
I mean, that's the premise behind VH1 storytellers.
You are not wrong.
We want to know what Sting is going to tell us about the creation of Roxanne. Not that it's necessarily true, but that it gives us a way to think about Roxanne It gives us a toolbox with which to understand, Roxanne, you don't have to turn off that red light. Roxanne, you don't have to sell your body to the night.
I'm mostly upset because you're right.
Right?
Yeah, I'm mostly angry because you're correct. If I have to be honest, it's disappointment that you are not completely right. Yeah, no, it's
when I saw Sting, he did Roxanne back to back with his God, It's Probably Me, I think was the song. Was it never? It's Probably Me. No, but it was his other song about a prostitute. And it was like, wow, Sting, you did the 2 sex work songs back to back. Good job. Which is great though, because the one sex worker in the one song is clearly transgender. So then it calls into question, like, it's like, well, wait, is Roxanne transgender? What's the gender of Roxanne? We're not entirely clear. We just know that the singer wants to, is quote unquote in love with, and
wants to Richard Gere.
Wants to Richard Gere. Yeah.
I almost said her, but you're right. I can't assume that. There's the dress, and Roxanne doesn't have to put it on no more. That's it. Yeah, we don't know the gender of Roxanne. It's a complete assumption.
Yeah. The point is that sometimes authors say things about their works that don't provide clarity, that provide more confusion. And in some ways, that confusion actually expands the work in ways that are far more interesting than the work by itself or the author's authoritative statement could ever be possible.
It's the Coleridge thing where he's writing Kubla Khan and he says someone knocked at his door and he had a long story to tell him and he forgot the rest of the poem. Yeah. I always, like, when I was going through college, I always said, oh, that's funny because he was high and he didn't want people to know he was high. But like, that's a silly way of putting it. Like, it's the same story. It's just like, oh, I forgot the ending. Like something happened and I forgot. Like, clearly it's meant to be a fragment. Clearly it's an intentional choice. And that story, just like, whether it's true, whether it's not true, whether it's a fragment or isn't a fragment, he does that. Like, he makes you think about the poem in a totally different way.
Yeah, no, I do love the premise of this could have just ended here. You can just cut a fragment off. It can just be a fragment. But no, it's not. It calls attention to the fragmentary nature of itself.
Right.
Which is so wonderful.
It's really good.
Because it's like, wait, no. This is not just an actual fragment. You planned this, you motherfucker. Or you didn't. Or you literally, just like, you got to the end of it and you're like, fuck, this is a fragment. I can't just make this be a fragment. It's got to be a complete poem because we're not in the zone of fragments yet.
Or he woke up from his opium days and saw like the lines and was like, I can't finish. This is really good. Someone else write this? Like, where did this come from?
God.
Doesn't matter what the story actually is. It's good no matter what.
Oh God. But yeah, so I think it is interesting that we don't get this so much with other directors. If you think about it, like, I'm trying to think of like kind of the closest we get. Yoko Taro doesn't give us this. Yoko Taro does not kind of give this kind of these statements that complicate or expand or even contract his work.
No, Yoko Taro is very much the artist in absentia. Like, he's there, like, he's in his work, and you can like definitely see his fingerprints. But I feel like, as an interview subject or as someone talking about his work, he distances himself from the role of interpreter.
Yeah, I mean, like I think like honestly, kind of like the best we get is, the origin of Pokemon and the fantasy of. The nostalgic fantasy of bug collecting as a child,
Yeah.
I think that's the closest we get to these kind of quasi-elucidative remembrances from directors.
There's a way that these approaches are not to put too fine a point on it, there's a way in which they are religious, right? Like it's something that you see from like a religious perspective, where the way that the story is told, and then saying like this is the origin of the origin is something that we don't usually see in modern thinking outside of religious or faith-based thought. And I mean that pairs up quite well with Souls games.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, damn. That's good. We're fucking smart.
Yeah, no, we're super smart. We're so smart. It rocks. What must it be like to hear our wonderful thoughts?
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in once again for another You Have a Friend in Majula. Trevor, where can the people find you, and what have you been up to?
They can find me at Hegelbon, Hegelbon, and my podcast is called No Cartridge. I've been busy. I haven't been doing a lot of the other shows with guests because I've been busy with other stuff too, and it's hard to focus on solo stuff. But the Homicide podcast is going on. We finally put up one on the main feed for the best episode of Homicide, I think. 3 Men and Adina, which if you were at all a fan of,
yeah,
that's just a tour de force episode. And then the anime podcast has been going strong. If you liked our discussion about storytelling, go check out what we've done of the Rakugo show, Genroku Rakugo Shinjo show, because that is a great story about storytelling. And then I have a book called Story Mode that you can read. All stories, all the time.
Lots of stories. Yeah, we're
many.
We are fully into the narratology, not the ludology here.
Thank God.
Oh God, can you imagine if we were both ludologists?
Oh, that would be. I don't know. I wonder what would happen.
You know, I always am reminded of, just like whenever I think about the various game studies debates, just like how grateful I am that the extent of my worldview was like English literature and critical theory, and not like that, like game studies was not on my worldview at that point in time in my life, because I would just be so insufferable and so terrible and so narrowly read.
I mean, you know, I hate to say this to any friends we may have listening who are in game studies, but boy, that period of time specifically for game studies when you and I were in college, like,
God,
miserable time. Like, it's like, is a poem a video game? My paper that 7 people read. That's the heart of ludology. Just rough, just very rough.
All right. So me, next time you can find me here. You can find me on Twitter at Dialacina. Again, description, or everything's in the description. I've had a Seagram escape. I'm spiked. I have Jamaican myself happy. We did a great episode where we went through Drangleic Castle and we fought the Looking Glass Knight, and we said some really smart shit. And I hope
hopefully
you
stayed to
appreciated
the end.
that. Yeah, hopefully you stayed to the end for like the discussion where we actually we fucking had a mini podcast episode just sitting around the bonfire.
That's right. It's bonfire side chalk.
Oh no,
right?
not bonfire. Oh God, I think we've actually, we've officially had a bonfire side chat now.
We've had a bonfire side chat. That's right.
Damn. Well then. All right, Trevor, thank you for coming here. Thank you for watching, everyone. Remember, you have friends in Majula. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye. What a wonderful episode.
Yeah, that was so fun. The last bit came out of nowhere. That was good.
It's just like, let's just start talking about critical fear shit.
Both of us just be like, time to wind down. All right. But first. Very good.
Yeah, that's the way we do it here.
That was sweet.
you.